Hey YouTube, it is King again, and here we have Feather again. So this deck is a deck I've been working on quite a bit, and currently today we are 4-0 with it. I think it has game against everything. My current build is, I think, more versatile. Game 1, it's better against creatures, playing 4 Reckless Rage main. But to be the truth, it's kind of like Opt 5 and 6. But when you flash it back with Arcanist, it just kind of wins by itself. This deck doesn't need a lot of creatures in play to win. Drawing 3, each one of these cards is very powerful, especially Feather. Drawing 3 to get Feather is very, very strong. So let's talk about the changes last time we played. I believe last time I played I had a 1 Light of Hope in the main. I think the card is extremely strong. I bring it in very often against red aggro, just gaining 4 life, attacking with Arcanist, getting a counter, having Feather out, put it back in your hand, gain 4 life, rinse and repeat, gaining 8 life a turn is just good enough. Blazing Volley has overimpressed me as well against tokens, against mono red burn, things like that. Also against Llanowar Elves deck, it's actually very, very impressive. Either Gust against big green decks. I don't really like it as much against the mono red burn decks, but it is fine when you're on the draw. On the play, I'd rather get a little more aggressive. Painful Stroke is good against all the ramp going on, against Reclamation decks. Mystical Dispute is mostly here for like mono blue, flashy, things like that, or if they're playing Teferi. If they're playing Teferi, usually they're playing some sort of like very control-y strategies, and countering that for 1 mana is very, very specifically Teferi's. Really, really hard for this deck to beat because it can't actually protect its stuff once it's very simple. And then lastly, Deafening Clarion. Most Feather decks are not playing this card, and I don't know why, because it's basically like 3 mana wrap the board. There's no reason for you to play creatures that would die to it, and if you have to, you have to, sure, but I've played this deck for, I don't know, 25 plus matches over the last like 3 days, and I have yet to kill one of my own creatures with casting Deafening Clarion. You just don't really have to. Opt, you see the truth, you Deafening Clarion, or you play a Legionnaire, you target it even, twice, or you play a Sprite Dragon and pump it, or Feather just doesn't die to it. I've also done like Fight as 1. I had a Sprite Dragon, a Legionnaire, and 4 mana. So Fight as 1 protects both of my guys, and then Deafening Clarion wipes the board. I attack, gain 1,000,000 life. Like, this card is just extremely good. Most of the times, it's just a board wipe. You're doing it when you're more control-y, good against goblins and tokens, but we talked about the deck enough. We're just going to jump right in, do 3 matches. This weekend is the Magic Arena Open. It is historic. A lot of people don't know about it, and I think this deck is well positioned here to prove that. Go to it. Might be soon. Feather is a very good card, but this is basically a mulligan to 5. This. Throw back. Back a Sacred Foundry. Essentially the same thing as Domeka Cliffs. Look, it's Goblins. I'm gonna play this. Question is, do I attack? I don't think I do. game one, it's pretty rough to beat Goblins. So him getting that is telling me that he has a Muxus in his hand currently. Gonna have to somehow beat a resolve Muxus. God. Like I was saying, game one, this matchup's pretty rough. Notice how all of his toughness is 1 though. The no haste and double Cranko doesn't actually do anything. Sure, his board is huge. Does have a Snoop. Cycle through this a bit. I think that we're dead unless we draw. What else can make good? Like this next turn, so we're probably gonna upkeep God's Willing. I think we've gotten pretty lucky so. Okay. We could play that and attack. It would be a big attack. He's gonna have to sacrifice 1/1, 1/1, and probably leader. That down, attack. Only have any good blocks. I'll have to chump with probably the Legionnaire. Yeah, I'll probably chump with the Sprite Dragon. So we are going to upkeep. Oh, if I upkeep pro red this, I cannot actually get the card I need. Oh, actually I can. I just can't cast on Legionnaire. So this is 2 scries. Yeah, sweet. Sure. Opt. Play pro red so we can't mess it up. Okay. Prove what I said, or actually take this matchup. I feel like we lose to Muxus and only Muxus, really. 7 cards that are good against that. Okay. Draw, so we have to somehow kill Feather this turn, which totally is possible. Sure, that I don't think that's gonna kill Feather. Is Red Cap, which she cast first, I think. Sure. Good. Let's see here. Here we're just going to rage here and here. Sure thing. So I could kill this now, but there's no reason to. Just going to volley. Question is, do we attack? I think we do. We just need to end this game. Kill anything he plays, counter the big stuff, bounce the big stuff. I think the only card I'm countering is Muxus, yeah. We draw. I feel like Muxus is their only real way to win. Good game. We're gonna go to game 3 here. We're just trying to be extremely controlling, not let him dictate play. Keep up Stroke and Gust. Good Muxus. I don't currently have many ways to pump up the Arcanist. I'm going to actually just do Defiant Strike coming. Fighters. I'll fight as one and put in Sprite Dragon. I think I kind of wanted to put at least in. You need creatures for Reckless Rage to be good. I think you need at least, like, this is the minimum amount of creatures that you can. Is that 4, 8, 12, 14? Sounds about right. Yeah, this hand's fine. It's definitely playable. They did not see this last game, so they shouldn't be playing around it, hopefully. Card. Question is, do we Legionnaire here? I don't think there's anything they can play for 3 that we're worried about. We're just gonna pass, Flareon. Okay, pretty good here. Here's Flareon. Probably gonna Ringleader. Oh, Chieftain. Prospector. Interesting. He only has 1 card currently in hand. I think I'm going to Legionnaire, then counter whatever card advantage card he plays. I think if I play this right, I should be able to run him out of resources pretty quickly. So the question is, do I stroke this or gust this? I want to counter Muxus. Ringleader is like fine. I don't want it to resolve. I think I'm gonna gust that. Good little. So let's start with gets an opt, searching for and Could do it. I can't exactly take a turn off currently to play this. I have to keep up at least 2 mana. Yeah. No attacks and highly goblin. That is fine. Trying to go to combat. Going to play Chieftain. Here. He goes to kill my guy in response with a cycle. I'm tempted to either gust my own Reckless Rage, put it back on top. Did put it back on top. I think we're gonna Arcanist here, giving up Stroke. I think that Prospector lets it Muxus, right? What's going on here? Doing everything he can to resolve Muxus. 5/6. Yeah. So this is kind of what I mean, where game 1's rough, but then we have a lot of answers. You just have to have a Stroke for Muxus. So here, we don't have anything that actually targets our guys. So I'm going to Feather. I'm gonna opt first. Broke, huh? I think I'm safe for 1 turn. I think I'm gonna Feather. Like the worst thing he can do here is actually Ringleader. Yeah. That is a good draw. Okay. Here. This. Opt. 3. They're just saying full stroke? Sure. I'm actually gonna shock here. Rage up as well. Good game, opponent. Okay, so we lost the first game, which is pretty normal against Goblins. So this list was originally from a streamer called Jeff Hoagland, but I changed quite a bit of it. His original version was much more streamlined. Talking to Oz7. So updating our current record. 5-0. New video, we are going to be 1-0. Go back in. But yes, Oz, this is my own take on Feather. I will give you the list as soon as this YouTube is over, which is 4 matches away. Radiant Archangel. Trevor's do. First, keep this. So the core of the Feather decks, for Legionnaire, for Sprite Dragon, for Arcanist, for Feather, that is the core. For Defiant Strike, some number of Gods Welling, like that, are all the same. But I'm playing See the Truth as a 2 of. I'm playing 2 Brazen Borrower, and I'm playing a lot of cards on the sideboard that people are not playing. Clarion is one of them. Most Feather decks are not playing that for some reason, I don't know. What are we versing here? Okay. Sure. Good to me. Defiant Strike now, I guess. I'm gonna bottom. I'll top this. Probably one of our best cards against them. In general, I just kind of want another land, but I think we'll find a land somewhere. Got it? Okay. Very good draw. If that's the case, I'm going to See the Truth. Rage 1. Here we're just going to take probably another See the Truth. What did we kill? What are we scared of? Probably just... another Rage? I mean, yeah. If I attack, would he trade? Do I care? I think I kind of want him to trade, because if he does trade... Yeah, Oz, I think that Reckless Rage is our best card in this matchup for sure. Yeah, I didn't trade. I only thought about trading because if I resolve Feather, I'm not sure how if I lose in general. So trading is like, not that big of a deal. But there's nothing he could have here that could actually stop this. Arcanist is by far our best next best draw. Then that's what we want. I'm not gonna attack here. We're winning the long game with these Rages and Arcanists next turn. We're just trying to kill all of his stuff. All the things. Card that we could die to is going to Recleave. That's a card to be worried about. But currently we don't, and if he does do it, it's his entire turn. Well, this is not a card I'm actually worried about. Yeah. Here we're going to... let's start with See the Truth. I want another red land. Or wait. So I can Rage. He gets rid of one Rage in this probably. Yeah, I don't think I can not Rage here, so I think I'm just gonna See the Truth. As much as I want to play Arcanist, It's probably just rage, rage, attack, Sprite Dragon, rage, rage, in this end. I kind of want, right? No, I want a red land. Yeah, good game, opponent. Going to game 2. We're versing a red-green deck, so obviously Aether Gust is a very good card here. Clarion also seems pretty good. Hard to consider is Volley whenever I verse elves, but it only kills his elf. Considering that's our only 1 mana removal, meaning this requires a creature, that is a possibility. But I think that we can just kind of control the larger creatures and kind of ignore. Yeah, he's not really playing lots of large. I could see at least 2 Clarion coming in. I think on the draw, I'm also going to bring in 1 Volley. That's too cute. But this kills Elf on 1 and the other 1-drop on 1. No, I think it's just the other clip. I'm gonna send. Even if we can't kill his creatures, the reason I really enjoy Clarion in this build, because our creatures get so big that if we, kill some of his creatures and just like attack with ours, that can survive Clarion, then it does tons of damage to him and we gain a lot of life, so. Yeah, I agree, Oz. I think that Volley's a little overboarding. I think that it could potentially be good, but I think just getting to Clarion and playing multiple Clarions might just be better. Obviously, it'd be good here, but that's subjective. Sure. Okay. Yeah, we really need to land here. That is actually fine. Can't Sprite because next turn we're going to be Clarioning. So we're just going to pass. The question is, do I either gust this Clothis? I don't think so. I think I either gust whatever he's going to play to activate Clothis. I just want all of his creatures to die next turn to Clarion, and as long as that happens, that's what Aethergust's job is for. So he's going to Bone Crusher me, play it, and then in response we are going to get Clothis. Yeah. We're going to be taking a bit of a hit here. But this is... Another Clothis. So we need to gain life fast. That involves Clarion. So here we're going to Feather. And we should have actually 2 turns because it only does 2 damage per turn, right? Yeah, so we actually have 3 turns, assuming that we don't die in some way. So at his second main, we're going to be God's Willing our own creature. Where'd he draw? God's Willing our own creature. We get the Scry, protection from the dead. Clarion. I think this is actually a good draw. Because we're gonna need to Sprite Dragon, cast a spell. I guess we could die to like a Bone Crusher Giant if we don't Clarion next turn. So we're probably gonna be like fight is 1, targeting Feather, Clarion to give lifelink attack. How many Bone Crushers did he play? Just one. So we either can leave ourselves dead to Bone Crusher for 1 turn and only Bone Crusher. I think that's fine. I think leaving ourselves dead to Bone Crusher for 1 turn is fine. So go to combat, attack with just this. So if he's a haster, I can block it. Then crazy happens. Sure. Yep. Okay, so we're going to Rage here and here. We're going God's Willing here. The reason not to, we're dead to 2 damage anyway. Red. No, we don't need this. I did. Doesn't look like it. Okay, so now we're going to fight is one. Targeting Feather. Clarion giving lifelink only. Go to combat attack. Docking. And the turn. Now we have a kill spell and we have a protection spell. Yeah, keeping the second Clarion so we can do this again next turn, I think was safe. This can resolve. Sure. I'll let you go to combat. Rage this, targeting now Dragon. He doesn't know I have second Clarion. I know we're gonna say good game now. Here we're going to fight as one again. Targeting now Sprite Dragon. We're gonna Clarion again, giving only a lifelink. And who was it that said that was Clarion was good again? It was me, right? I take full credit. It definitely wasn't Oz. I eventually would have talked myself into it. Would have been dead with all that life we just gained. Good game. So 2-0 against Gruul Monsters, which by the way used to be the best deck by far, not close. But I think that Goblins overtook it. And then Wreck overtook it. And I think that this is actually good against both. That's why I'm playing it. So one more match here for this YouTube video. I agree, Oz. I think we could have won with 2, though. We didn't really need the third one. I just kept it as a buffer. I think we only, like, when we dodged that one turn and we attacked and we hit them, I don't think we needed to gain any more life than that. I just did it just because it was the best thing to do with my mana at the time. Elf's Blood. Opponent goes first. Dreadhorde Arcanist, Defiant Strike, and Feather. This is a keep. Ignoring Sprite Dragon. Solid hand. So, because I actively want to draw my third land, and I don't mind doing this, I'm actually going to do something a little unorthodox. And I'm going to be Defiant Striking him to draw a card. The reason I do that, A, on my turn, because I don't want him to hit me with it. And then, B, why did I do that? It was just to draw another card, really. 1 mana draw a card is fine. All that glitters. So, we're gonna Arcanist, because we might need to get back that Defiant Strike to draw a card to hit our third land. Yeah, just cycling for a land there. Okay. He has a God's Willing, we might lose this. but we should be able to beat a Sentinel's Eyes. So it's going to be... It's going to be kill... Can I kill that? I don't think I can afford... Wait. So this gets +2/+2 for each orb. So... I have to kill this. Might have to block this in some fashion. So let's start with the obvious. This needs to die, because I can't actually block it. So am I blocking and playing God's Willing? Or am I chumping with Legionnaire? Could be dead here, depending on if he has another 1-drop. Blanket. That's exactly lethal. Yeah. So, regardless of what we did, shock or not shock, we would have been exactly dead. So, we're going to bring in Hope. This is what, mono white? So, Borrower's really good. Mage is really good. Honestly, else. Not really trying to kill our stuff. I think he's kind of doing his own thing. So I don't think God's Willing and the 1-mana effect from damage is where I want to be. It's definitely an interesting deck from our opponents. But we're trying to go for that 3-0 finish here. When I first saw this, the beginning of last match, I thought it was a swamp or something. Okay, so here we're going to Sprite Dragon, attack, keep up rage, I guess. Next turn we can see the truth, Defiant Strike on Arcanist, attack, get it back. It's pretty good value. So here, regardless if there's results or not, we're going to be raging. Because if it goes to our graveyard, so be it. Still fine. Sure. So going to game 3 here. So kind of like I was saying, I'm not going to bring in a God's Willing or Fight as one. That's not the fight we want to be currently having. It's all about Reckless Rage, Folly for their protections. I'm sure they're playing the 1 mana Sacrifice to give protection from color, as well as possibly Savior, the 1 mana Sacrifice one. I am playing Clarion to give lifelink. So if we end up with some sort of crazy life battle, I have an out with that. Real question is whether or not I think that Sprite Dragon might be better than Legionnaire, because it's better with Rage, but like Dragon Opt makes it bigger, Volley makes it bigger, Light of Hope killing their stuff makes it bigger. I mean, this scries, but like... yeah, we're gonna do that. And also Sprite. Arcanist is the best card in the matchup, but I don't think it's good enough to keep this hand. Our opponent has kept 7. I'm gonna take a mulligan here. So here we have Light of Hope for an artifact, or an enchantment I should be saying. We have Feather and we have a Rage. We're probably going to be bottoming the Opt, and Borrower later on is probably fine as well. This is like I don't love it, especially with 2 tap lands. Probably better than a random 5 though. Because like Light of Hope can make their creature smaller, Rage maybe can kill it. We're on the draw, so we do have a draw step. I'm gonna keep this. Steam Vents is probably our best draw. If they play something to pump anything, I'm probably gonna kill it. Maybe? Sure. Okay. I'm tempted to cycle this Defiant Strike. I don't think that's crazy. If I do this, he's going to pump on the Spirit Dancer and I have to draw a blue source. I doubt that Rage will be able to kill anything relevant if I... Actually, I do have a Light of Hope. Okay, let's see if he's going to be playing removal or not. The fact that we're not drawing blue here might be the downfall for us, honestly. Still don't think this was a mulligan. Sure. Got it. Yeah, we're not gonna block this. He was playing the 1 mana instant speed, the flash one. Jam it. Oh, yes. Okay. So we are going to Light of Hope. Destroying this enchantment. Now going to put this page. Even if he has a protection spell, I'll be able to rage again. Man, just casting, that card is so good. So, it does 4 damage. +2/+2, so it's gonna be 5. Do I need to let this resolve and then bounce the enchantment to kill the spirit? Yeah, so it's going to resolve. Permanent, yeah. So let this resolve. I need to bounce this. Now he's gonna make his dude huge. Got it. Gonna do 7 right now, so I might have to block. No, I don't think I can. I don't think I can win if I block. Sure. Yeah. So, regardless of what we did, we could have never beat his hand. It's not the best, you know, thing in the world, but it is what it is. It really hurt that he was 84%. 84% because we went from 300 to 977. That's a pretty, yeah, I like their deck. I think it's a little too all-in for my taste. The fact that they're playing mono white means they don't have any, card draw. Like, they rely a lot on their hand. Yeah, I don't know, like, I beat this deck before. I'm pretty 50-50 against this deck. I've versed it quite a bit. But that's going to be it for the YouTube. I'm going to pull up the deck real quick. I think that if you want to be good against the matchup we were just in, a card that I've considered, because honestly, that's one of the very few ones I felt not as confident against. There's a white mana instant for 2 that is basically they have to sacrifice an attacking creature. Gideon's Triumph. So if you feel like you want to shore up that matchup, you could cut some stuff. Possibly either Gus, maybe like the second volley, things like that. I have noticed I versed that matchup like 1 out of like 10 times, and I think that I'm like probably like 4 losses, 2 wins against it. It feels pretty 50-50 to me, but honestly, they might be a slight favorite. Sometimes they have draws that I can't do anything with. We're not playing any shocks or anything, so we don't have that 1 mana kill their guy. Reckless Rage requires us having a creature in play, so it's kind of tough. But yeah, I ended up 2-1. This is the deck I'll be playing this weekend. I'm just going to fine-tune it. Please stick around. I hope that you liked the video. I know that I just posted a Feather deck, but I'm trying my best to practice for this weekend. Trying to get that $2,000 after the 7 wins on the second day. But see how it goes. YouTube, appreciate you. Please like the video, subscribe if you enjoy the content. And yeah, please check over on Twitch. I stream from 7 to 10 most weekdays and weekends from like 8 to 4 roughly, Mountain Time. So you too. Be easy. Love you.